Shortly after this dinner, Madame Clomont disappeared. Her body was retrieved at low tide, half buried in the Thames mud near Cheyne Walk, her little dog whining beside her. Henry Laxton accompanied Sir John Randall to identify her. Madame Clomont was wearing a necklace that was caked in mud, like the rest of her. A red garnet caught Mr. Laxton's eye. It was, as he had suspected, a red necklace like those Charles Cordell had described to him, and the sight of it made him feel sick to the stomach. What part, he wondered, had Kaliowski played in Madame Clomont's murder? A terrible, undeniable truth struck him. This was the man Sido was to marry. How could he possibly stand by, knowing what he did, and let her be sacrificed to this monster? Something must be done, before it was too late. These days, Jan was feeling that the past was well behind him. Then, with 3 simple words, the world that he thought was his to inherit slipped through his fingers like sand. On a hot summer's evening, with the study door open onto the garden, Mr. Laxton had read him a letter he had just received from Cordell. The 3 words that stood out, illuminated diamond bright, were, "Tetu is alive." He'd been to see Cordell and was proud and delighted to hear how well Jan had acquitted himself. Cordell had asked Tetu if he knew anyone who could be trusted to get Sido de Villeduval safely to England, and Tetu had suggested Jan. As Jan listened, he knew that his future lay not in England. He remembered with a shudder Orlenda's 3 predictions, and realized that 1, if not 2, had already come true. Orlenda had told him that Tetu was still alive. The next thing she had predicted puzzled him greatly, and made him sure that she must be wrong about the dwarf. She told him he had already met the only person he would ever love. "This love could be the death of both of you," said Orlenda. Only now could he acknowledge that she had meant Sido. Perhaps if he was honest with himself, he'd always known it, even from the very first moment he had seen her. The last of Orlenda's 3 predictions, that there was a bullet waiting for him in Paris, had been the one that had terrified him and made him run away. Now he realized there was no more running to be done. He would have to go back and face the bullet. Perhaps, like the magician, he would be able to catch it. Mr. Laxton put down the letter and said firmly, "These are very dangerous times. You don't have to do this." "But I do," said Jan. "I've been waiting a long time for that letter to arrive." His determination took Henry Laxton completely by surprise. "But what about university?" "It can wait." "But Sido can't." Mr. Laxton paused. "Jan, this is not going to be easy. Kaliowski will not take kindly to anyone trying to take away what belongs to him. You are dealing with a very dangerous man." "That makes it all the more important that we succeed." "In that case, I will get all the papers in order. Then you can go."